Hey everyone, this is Chat GPT 4, but it's the new one. They're calling it GPT 4V for visual. This means that for the first time, anybody can upload images and pictures and then talk to the AI about it. I've got a fun use case here. What you see on the screen is sheet music, and this happens to be sheet music by Brahms. However, what I want to show you is that I had a lovely conversation with this sheet music about the music theory behind it. Now, I am not an expert in music theory, but as a learner, I love to learn new things. And I thought that it would be a blast to kind of take the sheet music that I like and see if I can learn a thing or two. And I really, really did. So that made me want to make this video and show you how to do it. So that's what we're going to do now. So here we go. First, you're going to need a ChatGPT Plus account. The ChatGPT Plus is the one that has access to all of these new features. Now they are rolling them out a little by little, and you'll see now there are more options here if you're familiar with ChatGPT Plus. If not, what we're looking for is actually called default. That's where they've added the new capability that we're talking about today. So when you select that, you'll notice a tiny little attach images button showed up here, and that's what we're going to work with. And we are going to grab some sheet music. And this is a website called MuseOpen. So let's go find our sheet music, download it, and convert it to an image. So we'll go here, and I'm going to choose today Franz Liszt, and we will go with the Hungarian Rhapsody #2, and we will download the sheet music right here into a file, and it's going to come down as a PDF. Here's the PDF. Now, in order to give this PDF to ChatGPT or V, we need to convert it to image files. I will use Adobe Acrobat Pro for that, and by coming here and choosing Export Image PNG. All right, so now we have exported all of the PDF as images. So let's take a look and see what we have over here. You'll notice that there is one file for each page of the sheet music. We'll open one of those up to see. And they look like this. So let's see, obviously it's a little crooked. This was a scanned image. And this is what's kind of so magical about what we're about to do, is that these types of files are extremely useful in the context of Chat GPT. So I'm going to pull that off the screen so we can go back to Chat GPT. And here we are with a fresh chat. And we have, as I said, we chose the option, again, default, that allows us to upload images. Now I'll show you a little fun thing that I learned very quickly. So if I take all 21 of these and I bring them in and I try to add them, it's going to say too many files. Your maximum at a time is 4. But I don't want you to let that bother you. This can be dealt with. So we'll add 4. And we're going to go ahead and ask our first question. And that first question is going to be, here is some music I want to learn about. Help me analyze it and learn. Great. So we'll do that. So now that it's thinking, there will be some moments here where we have the thinking. So we have the 4 sheets. We've got the first 4 pages, and it has noticed what this is. It's Rhapsody. Let's go back and check what we've got here. I feel like, oh, I've chosen something in a foreign language and it's throwing it off completely. So this is interesting. It is not gotten it right. All right, so let's not let that bother us. Let's go with Rhapsody 2 as, okay, so we'll take that, come back here, and you'll notice it's wrong. That's not the right piece. This is, you can go ahead and just tell it. So that's fine. So now that we've corrected the AI, again, this is normal. It happens all the time. Remember, it's doing an OCR and it's reading this, and so sometimes we have to help it out. And this is one of the most famous works, and now we're getting into the track here so we can see what's going on. So the piece showcases styles and rhythms. Liszt was fond of incorporating this into his music. Okay, great. So now I'm going to give it some more pages. Here are 4 more pages. I'll give it pages 5 through 8. Now I'm going to tell it, don't reply. Just wait for me to ask a question. And now we wait just a little bit, and it will it should come up and say these pages, further detail. Oh, okay. So it's going to go ahead and reply anyway. It's being a little unruly today, but that's okay. This is part and parcel of using these tools. So we just kind of need to roll with that. But this is starting to get interesting. So these pages, further detail, Franz lists Hungarian Rhapsody 2. The section presents a slower contemplative leçon. Okay, well, let's start learning. Okay, so it's known for its range of dynamics and tempos. Tell me more about the contemplative leçon. I don't. Okay, let's just do that. Okay, so now we're going to be able, remember, all we've done is upload some music and ask the most basic questions about it. The AI is now beginning to analyze that music for us, give us back some interpretation, and then we can enter into a dialogue about the music. I think this is fantastic. I don't have a music theory teacher on demand to analyze classical music for me whenever I want. Right? So that's kind of interesting. So we've got something gone wrong. So let's regenerate. Again, we are getting to see I ran through this already before. I did not experience all these problems, but I'm going to leave it in because I think it's really important that you not just see some super edited version of this. These tools are new. All of these capabilities are new. This technology in this particular chat tool, this particular AI tool, large language model, just came out like 3 days ago. So let's deal with it. Let's deal with what goes wrong and not get discouraged if we get a little error message or something like that. We can just try again. I always tell people with these models, while we wait for this to render, I always tell people, whenever you talk to a person in a conversation, it's pretty rare that you say something and then they always exactly say back everything you need and boom, conversation's over. That doesn't happen. It's not normal. So these AI, they're the same. They're built and modeled in some ways on us, on what we knew and know and provided to the models. So you shouldn't expect this AI to be perfect and get the answer and the response back in totality every time. Thus what? Reading your mind? No, that's not going to happen. So now we're here. So let's learn here a little bit about music while we go along. The term leçon is derived from the Hungarian word, which I'm not going to try to pronounce. I'll just mess that up, and it means slow. And in the context of the rhapsodies, and especially this rhapsody, it's the opening section characterized by its slow, introspective, and often melancholic nature. Lovely. So let's go into more detail about this particular leçon in a section of the Hungarian Rhapsody. So mood and character, musical elements, thematic materials, the contrast of the frisca. So let's dig into this. The leçon serves as the contrast to the subsequent frisca section, which is more fast-paced and lively. Now, this is interesting. I've uploaded 4 pages first, 4 pages second, but now it's choosing from the second batch of uploads and telling me that later there's something else. So it knows more than I've told it about this piece, right? That's what we're experiencing here. And so let's upload more. Here's 4 more pages. Okay. Here are 4 more pages. Let's examine the frisca relative to the leçon. What are the similarities? The differences? How do they affect the listener? What was the composer? Why? No, how about this? Why would a composer do this? Please answer these questions one by one. Okay, so the other interesting thing about these machines is that they have infinite patience. There is nothing you're going to ask this machine where it's going to come back and say, that's just a totally stupid question. It's not going to happen. These machines are literally the best support for learning. I would say in between the times that you're so lucky to have a human expert working with you. Because now, imagine now, I call up my music theory teacher for and we have our in-person call or lesson, which might be online these days, on Monday. And I'm super excited about having learned about the differences between the Lasan and the Friska in the Hungarian Rhapsody. And I've listened to it over the weekend, and I'm going to now be able to have this rich, in-depth discussion with this person who has made this their life study, and they understand it so deeply. This is one of my favorite things about these tools, is being able to sort of boost my level of knowledge very, very quickly, and then engage with people who have made this type of study their life's work. It enriches everything about that conversation. I love it so much. And in this case, music theory. So here we go. So we've provided more pages, and then it's noticing some of the notable aspects from these pages. And it's even saying that if you're going to play this, right, this is an orchestral piece. So if you're going to play this, you need to be pretty good. So this is not beginner's work. And the accelerando and the tempo changes. Oh, okay, so this could be interesting. So let's look at this. So how about this? How does the composer relate to the performers, how they should play the piece, using notations like, are there more notations? Can you make me a table of the notations used in these pages with a reference to what measure in the piece we see them in a second column? Very detailed request, because what we're going to do here, now we're going a little bit beyond sort of just exploring for fun. Let's just say I'm doing some research on this piece, and I need to start extracting the composer's intent for the performers, and then I want to output that in a format that's going to be amenable to a presentation or writing a paper or something like that. So here we go. So that's super cool. So PP pianissimo and measures 1, 5, and 13. But then the little ... Why is that? I'm not quite sure, because you would think, or maybe it's because I've only uploaded 12 pages. Okay, so we can test that. That'd be an interesting test. We'll try that in just a second. Okay, so it's telling me diminuendo found in earlier pages but not present in the provided range. There you go. Please note. Okay, so these measures, and it's being honest. It's saying, look, I'm an AI. I'm reading this via OCR. Perhaps I missed something, so take this as a guide. And sure enough, I think this would be more than enough to start doing a pretty good set of research on this. And what we can also do then is we could say, okay, add these 4 pages to the previous analysis of notation and redo the table. Okay, so now again, remember we have this sort of 4 image limit, and what we're experiencing is I'm having to work around that because it doesn't let me batch in. In this case now I've uploaded 16 out of 21 pages from this score, and so it's going to go ahead now and go back and redo the table, adding in the new pages. So we're doing a bit of, in a way, we're doing data science on a piece of sheet music using an artificial intelligence that read the sheet music via OCR as we've uploaded it, and that's pretty amazing. So we're going to get these. Now look, you can see that it's doing something a bit odd here. Perhaps I've confused it a little bit. Let's see. 15, 14. Yeah, the formatting's a little bit weird. We could work on that. We could get it to sort of straighten that out. I'm not going to do that in this video because I really just want you to see So now I want to come back. We've gotten a little technical. We've driven in. I want to show you. So let's zoom out to all the piece. Tell me, what is so special that has made this piece so enduring? Because I'm genuinely curious about that. So what I hope you'll do is, after we watch this, you'll go out and maybe go to Spotify and find Hungarian Rhapsody number 2 by Franz Liszt, and think of what you've just seen, and possibly even go grab the sheet music, upload it yourself to a Chat GPT Plus account, and as you listen to the music, you can now speak to this sort of pseudo expert in music theory. And again, I want to emphasize, this is not meant to replace your music theory teacher. This is not meant to bludgeon them if they say something different in class, if you're a student. This is meant to enrich the conversation, because now you can have a conversation about the virtuosic challenge of the Hungarian Rhapsody number 3 with someone who is an expert. And in that moment, the three of you together, you, the expert, and the machine, are going to, the machine's not going to learn more in that case, but you and the other human are going to have an engaging conversation, and you're going to learn together, and you're going to have a great moment, probably. Now, when you show them this, you may find that in some cases it freaks people out, or you may find that they're absolutely blown away and they can't wait to try it themselves, and they'll be grateful to you for showing them this amazing new tool. So I don't know. I think this is extraordinary. This is a brand new thing that wasn't even possible 4 days ago, and is possible today. So enjoy, and I hope you like this, and if you want to see more content like this, just let me know. I do this several times a week.